A mother of a teen who once suffered from gender dysphoria spoke out against making California a sanctuary state for both transgender youth and their gender-affirming parents. She says the move would be a mistake. Let's hear what she said.
Erin Friday, a self-declared Democrat and mother of a detransitioned daughter, told the California Assembly Judiciary Committee on June 8th that transgender indoctrination of a child is a social contagion. She directly addressed the author of the bill.
Scott Wiener, a man without children, is pushing gender-affirmative medicine laws for minors, while other countries are moving away from the affirmation model.
Friday spoke in strong opposition to Senator Scott Wiener's Senate Bill 107. Wiener says his bill will provide refuge for trans youth, their parents, and those who advocate and provide gender-affirming care for minors.
So what SB 107 will do is it does three things. First of all, it makes clear that when a family comes to California and there is an issue in terms of custody or anything else in their home state, that California is not going to apply the law of the other state.
Some parents who have declined gender-affirming care have reportedly lost custody of their children. Gender-affirming care can include social transitioning, puberty blockers, and cross-sex hormones for children who identify as trans, often without parental consent.
Custody is one of the hardest fought aspects of a divorce, and California cannot just wipe away an out-of-state agreement addressing which parent controls the medical health of a child.
In addition to custody, SB 107 would refuse to honor subpoenas from other states that seek medical or other records related to these situations. And thirdly, it would direct police to deprioritize these cases and not enforce out-of-state laws. Courts may order extradition only when required by the U.S. Constitution. Wiener criticized other states for creating laws banning gender-affirming care.
It's no surprise that we see the levels of self-harm and suicide, frankly, among LGBTQ youth in this country when we have powerful politicians and states sending these messages.
However, Friday disagreed.
If trans medicine prevents suicide, why then, as trans medicine gets more prevalent, are more girls committing suicide?
Another speaker, Greg Burt of the California Family Council, added that puberty blockers, hormone therapy, and gender reassignment surgery can cause harm to a person's reproductive system. He cited Abigail Schreier's book, Irreversible Damage.
And she brings up some very concerning things about the gender-affirming care that's being promoted in this bill destroys the reproductive systems, especially of young women, and that is one of the reasons we are very concerned about this bill.
In the end, the Judiciary Committee voted 7-1 to pass the bill, moving it further along in the legislative process. AB 107 heads to the Public Safety Committee for another hearing and vote. Daniel Hall, NTD News, California.
Federal authorities arrested and charged 2 Latin music executives on June 14th. According to the DOJ, they were allegedly doing business with a concert promoter tied to Mexican drug cartels. Law enforcement arrested Angel Del Villar, 41, of Huntington Beach, the CEO of Del Records, and Luca Scalisi, 56, of West Hollywood, the CFO of Del Entertainment. They are accused of violating the Foreign Narcotics Kingpin Designation Act. That prohibits Americans from dealing with foreign drug traffickers. In a statement to Rolling Stone, a representative for Del Villar said they believe the allegations stem from complaints of a disgruntled former business partner, and both defendants look forward to clearing their names. The defendants are scheduled for arraignments on July 20th. Authorities seized 140 pounds of methamphetamine in Sonoma County. They also arrested 4.
The Drug Enforcement Administration arrested 4 people in connection with a large-scale drug distribution ring. They found 140 pounds of meth destined for Santa Rosa after a 16-month-long investigation. They also seized $40,000. The trafficking is believed to be from Southern California. The suspects are referred to the Sonoma County District Attorney's Office for charging.
Not long ago, certain strawberries were a source of hepatitis infections. Now, one family is suing a fruit company after claims of catching the disease. On June 3rd, Meridian Fine Foods filed a lawsuit against Fresh Campo, a foreign food company. The plaintiff was filing on behalf of a family who became ill with hepatitis A after consuming Fresh Campo branded strawberries. That's according to the Marler Clark law firm, which is representing the family. According to Business Insider, the lawsuit claims that the fruit company was negligent in its sale of strawberries. The three members of the family purchased and consumed Fresh Campo strawberries from mid to late April. According to the law firm, the mother and daughter experienced symptoms the following month, suffering from diarrhea, loss of appetite, fatigue, and digestion issues. The father was hospitalized. Hepatitis A is a human fecal infection commonly spread by infected food handlers to consumers. In May 2022, the Food and Drug Administration launched a hepatitis A investigation in strawberries from Fresh Campo and another company. It reported a total of 18 cases and 13 hospitalizations linked to the contaminated strawberries imported from Mexico. The case is under litigation, and Fresh Campo said they will continue to work with health officials. The Tenderloin Center in San Francisco is expected to close by the end of the year. According to Mayor London Breed, it will provide other forms of community assistance. The Tenderloin Center in San Francisco is expected to close by the end of the year. According to Mayor London Breed, it will provide other forms of community assistance. Originally called the Tenderloin Linkage Center, its purpose was to provide resources to help people with substance abuse and provide housing. However, it made fewer and fewer linkages over time. Eventually, the word linkage was dropped from the name. Famed attorney Michael Avenatti has said he will now plead guilty to multiple charges in California. He came into the spotlight for representing an adult film actress in filing a lawsuit against former President Donald Trump.
In his filing with the Santa Ana Federal Court on Sunday, Michael Avenatti agreed to plead guilty to several felony charges. He said he made this decision to be accountable, accept responsibility, avoid his former clients being further burdened, save the court and the government significant resources, and save his family further embarrassment. Avenatti, who is currently residing in federal prison, is still facing 36 criminal charges of felony embezzlement, perjury, tax fraud, and other crimes. His filing with the court did not specify which charges he would plead guilty to. Even though a deal has not been formally reached, Avenatti claimed he has made substantial efforts with prosecutors in hopes to reach a plea agreement. But prosecutors have said they would want Avenatti to confess to all the alleged charges and have him waive his rights to any appeals. The new plea filing comes shortly after a New York judge sentenced Avenatti for convicted charges of extortion and identity theft. Avenatti came to fame for representing adult film star Stormy Daniels against former President Donald Trump in a non-disclosure suit. If convicted, Avenatti could potentially face up to 300 years in federal prison. A hearing is scheduled in the Santa Ana Federal Court for Thursday.